Do you know that feeling when you go out sketching for the first time after a long winter? I am still quite new to urban sketching, and I don't know about you, but I feel both excited and a bit nervous how it will turn out. As my first location this season, I choose Nový Jičín, our district town. It wasn't the first time I unfolded my sketchbook here. I've already sketched the castle, the cinema, and Church Street. This time I choose the former grocery store building. Partly because it's a corner building and I have a soft spot for those, but also because it's about to undergo renovation and you never know how sensitive it will be. That's why I wanted to capture it beforehand. But the good news is that this building will be transformed into a new gallery with an educational center. After blocking in basic shapes in pencil, I started laying down ink strokes. My first lines are always a bit shaky at first. Even though I try to keep my sketch loose, it takes quite a bit of effort not to get caught up in too much precision. Windows are always a subject I struggle with. Today is one of the first warmer pre-spring days. I just finished my antibiotics after being sick, but I couldn't wait any longer. I was so excited to finally sit down somewhere with my sketchbook. But it's only around 10 degrees Celsius and I am sitting in the shade. Good thing I brought a foam seat bed, so at least I am not getting cold from below. As I mentioned, today we are in Nový Jičín, a charming town in the northeast of Czech Republic. It's full of picturesque streets and hidden corners. The main square, Masarykovo náměstí, is a perfect square and surrounded by beautiful preserved historic buildings. Nový Jičín is also famous for its long tradition of hat making, which is why it's often called the town of hats. I have to admit, after such a long break, I am feeling a bit rusty, and I didn't exactly pick the easiest subject for my first sketch. So many windows and details. I don't want to bore you too much, so let's speed things up a bit. As a beginner in urban sketching, I still feel a bit awkward sitting down to sketch in public. People stop by, peek over my shoulder, and sometimes start a conversation. As an introvert, it takes me a moment to adjust each time. But honestly, I've never had a negative reaction. If anything, these little interactions can be encouraging and even boost my confidence. But if you still feel nervous and it's holding you back from starting, there are ways to tune out the world around you. I've heard that simply wearing visible headphones can make a big difference. Or try finding a sketching buddy with the same passion and head out together. Sketching in pairs or group always feels easier and more fun. People often tell me how interesting this hobby is and how they wish they could do it too, or that they love to have this kind of talent. But to me, it's not really about the talent. It's about priorities and the willingness to put in the effort. If we truly enjoy something, we make time for it, practice, and improve. No one is great at something from day one. As you can see, I made a mistake here. The display windows are too short, so I am trying to extend them a bit. I am trying to add some people to bring the scene to life, but I misjudged the scale and made them too tall. Now they wouldn't even fit through the doors. Oops. As you can see, I intentionally added some splatters here. Sometimes they help create texture, but in this case they are more of distraction. And when there's a heavy layer of ink, it takes longer to dry, so I speed up the process a bit with a paper towel. I am using a soft eraser by pressing it onto the area with excess ink, letting it stick to the paper and then gently lifting it off, picking up the extra ink along with it. I am starting the first wash with mix of burnt sienna, alizarin crimson and yellow ochre. As you can see, I missed some areas with a thicker layer of ink and they didn't dry properly. Never mind, it's just sketch. I am adding warmer tones because it's almost sunset. At this point, I was literally shaking from the cold, and since I didn't want to get sick again, I quickly wrapped things up. Is it my best sketch? Nope. But I am still glad I took advantage of the beautiful day and went out. I think with every attempt it's only get better. And if not, that's okay, because the best part is the process itself.